Go. We're live.
Hey guys, it is Teresa Hopkins, and I welcome you to Ending Blind Nutrition. I'm excited to be here, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about yourself. I appreciate everybody who is here and wants to get this information. So, the reason why I'm doing this first off is because a lot of what's going on right now, and I know we're all cooped up and there's a lot of stress, and it raises our cortisol levels. And when they go higher, our immune system gets compromised, it weakens it. And so it can make us more susceptible to the disease, to viruses. So I wanted to do something really just to have some fun, think about our health and wellness, what we're doing about it, things that we're taking, that we're taking action daily to keep us regulated so that we don't get overly stressed out, and just learn a little bit about what I'm doing and learn about what you guys are doing, and just share my story and share some of the knowledge that I have. So a lot of you know I am a fitness buff. I love to do fitness. It's a part of my life. And the reason why I think that it has been so important to me and so instilled in my life is because I grew up with kidney problems from when I was 2 till when I was 12 years old, basically in and out of the hospital. Had major surgery when I was 8, lots of tests and surgery when I was 2. So I grew up already very aware of my health at such an early age. And no lies, I have been working out since I was 4 years old, pretty much consistently, from gymnastics to, because I wanted to be normal. I wanted to be able to do what everybody else was doing, you know, sports, exercise, going to the gym, swimming, all that stuff, all the way up until I became a fitness instructor and personal trainer. So the biggest thing that I wanted to really talk about today is our family history, right? Where is your family history? Do you know it? How well do you know it? I know some people have the opportunity where they have their extended family and they can really find out and question them. And then I know that there's other people that might not have that, to actually know their whole medical history, or what they can be, what they're predisposed to, or whatnot, right? So medical history can identify people with higher than usual change or having common disorders, right, such as heart disease, high blood pressure, stroke, certain concerns, certain cancers, weight issues, all different kinds of things, right? Skin issues, oxidative stress. Do you know your family history? Some of these disorders, right? And remember, I'm not a doctor, so I'm just talking about what I've learned and what I think about when it comes to my health and history. Some of these, are influenced by a combination of, genetic factors, environmental conditions, and lifestyle choices. And are you taking that all into consideration? Do you take care? Do you watch? Are you, concerned daily of, what kind of food you're putting in your body, what kind of exercise you're doing? Are you drinking enough water? Are you doing good skincare? All these factors, play in, our health. Some of the medical history doesn't necessarily mean if somebody has it in your family, it doesn't mean that you're going to get it. But here's the question. If you could know or find out, would you want to know? Would you want to know? And so those are a lot of things that I ask myself because I want to know. I want to know a little bit deeper into my health. When I had my 2 children, when they were first born, um, they did kidney scans on them to make sure that they didn't have the same kind of kidney problems that I had. So that was really important to me. And so when we think about it, do we really know our family history, and have we taken the time to really know? So I didn't know. My mom, my dad, and my grandparents didn't have kidney issues. But my great grandmother came over from the Ukraine, and her brother actually, in through Ellis Island, and her brother went to Central America. And so I really don't know any of that. And where my dad's side is concerned, I only knew his mother, his grandmother. So a lot of that I didn't know. So I don't really know exactly, you don't know where things exactly come from, right? Unless you know your genetics, unless you actually have gone and, had a DNA test and for, all our SNPs, all our genes, and find out actually, what we've inherited and what side we've inherited it from. So for me, my health's always been something that's been a priority to me. It's been a lifestyle. People always ask me, why do you look the way you look? And I'm like, it's because I'm consistent. It's just a part of my life. I've never not known, to work out or to take care of myself or to watch how I eat and, to be aware of my health and to be aware of my history. So that's a little bit about me. And I want you, the reason why I'm telling you this is I really want you to be thinking right now, do you know your family history? And do you want to know what your family history is? And I'm going to bring Mike in right now and, ask him about the same question. Do you know about your family history? Do you know what things that you were concerned about, that you were aware of, from your family, from your relatives, that you were really taking into consideration on a daily basis on how to stay healthy and, support and restore your immune system to keep yourself healthy
Yeah.
or feeling good or knowing that you're doing something because of that is going to actually be a positive. How's that? That does that sound good?
Yeah. I mean, my as this is Karen. She just put a comment in here that her family has a history of diabetes, angina, cervical cancer, high blood pressure. The list goes on and on. And you know, it's fortunate that Karen knows about her family health history. It's and I'm fortunate that I know a little bit about my family health history, kind of like what Karen was saying. She has an idea because of what her parents have told her, or people in her family have told her, or what she's seen other people in her family experience with their health issues. And for me personally, I knew already that both of my grandfathers, my mom's dad and my dad's dad, they both passed away of heart disease before the age of 60. And as a matter of fact, I only met one of my grandfathers, my mom's dad, my grandpa Chuck, and I never even had an opportunity to meet my dad's dad, Mike John Chavez, the original. I'm the third. So I didn't even get an opportunity to meet my grandfather. And it was a sad event how he passed away. My dad literally walked in at the age of 8 years old, and my grandfather was shaving one morning, and he died of a heart attack. And, that impacted my father. It really, really did. And so he didn't grow up without a father. So it's very interesting. I know that both of my grandfathers passed away of heart disease. So heart disease was in my family. And my father now is like 72 years old, and he's perfectly as healthy as you could possibly be at his age. He's on no medication, and he's very active, and he plays softball, and he's really active. So, so thinking about that, I never really thought about, well, where does that leave me? Never really thought about that until I got involved with some of the stuff that we're going to share with you to learn more about my family health history. So I knew that already, and then once I learned more and I got tested and I kind of figured out what was going on, it blew my mind how accurate it was. And so it's really empowering once you know what you know. You have to make a decision. Wouldn't we agree that you're going to either do something or do nothing?
Yeah.
But right. But what I want you to realize is doing nothing is also a decision. So make the decision to learn more about your family health history and answer some of those questions that you may have had about your personal health history and see how it correlates to what you may have inherited. And so that's why this is so powerful. And that's why this conversation is so unique and so amazing, because it could literally change and, change the path of people's lives, with their health, because if you don't feel good, you can't do good, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And, to add a little bit more where I am, because I was specifically talking about what I had as a child growing up where my kidney issues were concerned. In my family, is breast cancer, high blood pressure, diabetes, type 2 diabetes, heart cholesterol. And so, and I know from that is one thing why I have been conscious too. But then to know exactly, where that came from, it makes a big difference. And, there are a lot of things too that I didn't know, that when I found out, I was absolutely shocked, so this is things that I want people to really think about today. I want people to, today, so what your homework is going to be today, or your activity is, sit down, and find out your family history. Sometimes the easiest way is if you haven't, and I know most of us probably know some, but, really sit down and write it down and see all the things that, that where your family history is. And then list 3 things, put in the group today, list 3 things that you do on a daily basis, consciously, because of that knowledge that you already know. Whether if it's, staying away from red meats, or if it's, exercising, not eating a lot of sugar, doing, making sure you take certain supplements. Well, what do you do, right, to make sure that you feel that you are positively influencing your health based on what you know from your family history? And with that, those will be your daily activities. If you want to share some of your family history, you can, but you don't have to. And list those 3 things to get your points for today. Get 5 points for those 3 things. Drop them in either the comments of the live, or put your own post up there. And that's what we're going to finish up with today. I am looking forward to the dance party, because that is where we are going to relieve our stress. And I want you to look at everything and all the things that you gather today as a positive thing, because the more knowledge that you have to know about yourself, the more you have to take action to taking care of your health.
Right. Yeah. Couldn't agree more. I'm excited to learn what you're going to be teaching us, Teresa. Teresa, I don't think you guys really understand how amazing and awesome and how much knowledge that Teresa has. And what's really cool about Teresa is she's been in this space for her whole life. Like she mentioned at the beginning of the video here, this is something that she's been working on her whole life, and she's going to just pour a lot of valuable information and nuggets into you guys here. I'm really excited. And
I'm going to drop you guys today a list of foods that will boost your mental health. So you will have that list for now, and you'll have it so that you'll have it as a reference, this knowledge that I have to share on. And tomorrow we'll have other tips, and just keep checking the feed, engaging, drop your 3 daily things that you do that is improving your health, or, being a positive for your health. And we'll see you guys tomorrow around at the same time, 10 o'clock.
Real quick before we go, Lisa, make sure that we put instructions for the homework after this, and we'll make a post with instructions for the
homework. Absolutely. I'm going to remind everybody what we talked about today.
So everyone that does their homework is going to be more qualified to win today's prize. So, we forgot to talk about that. So doing the homework and being involved is what's going to get you to win the prizes that we're going to give it away on a daily basis. And please share in the homework, when you describe what the homework is for them, tell them what the prize is there, so they make sure they do that. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Awesome. All right.
All right. Actually, I can just say for today's prize, it will be a half-hour Reiki session with me via FaceTime, Zoom, however. So
Wow.
I'll give you a half hour of Reiki energy work.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
See you tomorrow.
Bye.